about that, huh? Let's hear your new slush box DEF catalytic converter turd wagon, $100,000 turd wagon, money bleeding disaster. Sound like that? It ain't gonna happen because you're under warranty and you can't do a damn thing to it for the next 100,000 miles or you'll void your warranty. What's happening, fellas? Let's take her for a ride. It's one of the best riding 1-ton trucks, dualies I've been in, and I think that is in part due to the Bilstein shocks he's got all the way around. And it's also a lot of fun to ride. I really enjoyed driving this truck. I've had it for a little while now. About a year ago, I was down in Alabama on a motorcycle purchasing trip, and I walked outside the back of the dealership, and I saw this thing sitting there. I was like, oh my God, love it at first sight. Mega cab dually with the Cummins in it, and I looked inside and I saw the 6-speed, and I was like, oh my God, I've got to have it. And it wasn't really for sale, but the guy had just bought a new truck, so I kept on calling. I knew with his new truck payments, he paid I think it was $93,000 for his new truck, plus tax and everything out the door, and financing well in excess of $100,000. So called him every few months, and finally, ironically, my buddy Tony Johnson from Alabama met him in the bank of all things, and he's like, you ready to sell that truck? Ken's still interested, and he said, yeah, I am. So he went up on the price, actually $4,000 over what we had originally talked about for the price. And I said, you know what, we can't get trucks like this down south. In fact, there's no rust-free trucks up north here. After 1 or 2 seasons of riding them on the roads up here with the sand and salt and everything, they get rusty. So it's very difficult to find something like this. Being an Alabama Southern truck, there's no rust or rot through anywhere. The rocker panels, the cab corners, everything's absolutely mint. There's no body damage on the truck. The paint, the original paint, still shows real nice. The interior is mint, as you can see from the photo shoot. And we'll do some video underneath the truck so you get an idea what the undercarriage is. I bought it to Amy over at A&B Automotive. She put it up on a lift. She's like, wow, this one's a keeper. Usually they're, and it's got low miles, 147,000 miles. Just an absolutely beautiful truck. If you're looking for something for a daily driver, this truck would be perfect. It gets between 18 to 20 miles to the gallon. Very fuel efficient. And the one weak link on the Cummins diesels is the automatic transmission. My friend Larry has one with 330,000 miles. He's on his 4th or 5th transmission. In fact, I talked to him today, and his new truck, he got a new 2016. That one, the automatic transmission went on. So the 6-speed standard is absolutely bulletproof. I've never heard anything bad about these. I heard a lot of bad stuff about the transmissions. In fact, I bought a 2012 Ram diesel dually, brand new, for 80-something thousand bucks, and the transmission failed at 2,600 miles on it. It was under warranty, but there's a lot of torque in these diesels, and the automatics are just not up to it. So really smooth at highway speeds. We'll take it out on the highway and let you see. It's for as loud as it sounds outside with the custom exhaust on it, inside the cab, as you can see, it's pretty quiet. As far as curb appeal goes, I went online this morning looking. I priced a brand new 2022 Ram 3500 set up exactly like this, and it was $92,000. Then you got to add on 6% tax in Connecticut, so you're up to about $100,000 out the door for a brand new truck. And on top of that, you've got the financing. So I punched it into a payment calculator. 5% interest for 5 years was $13,500 in interest. So you've got interest, and then you've got the and then of course, when you get a truck like this, stock, the new ones, they sound like a vacuum cleaner because they're all corked up. That's the other thing. This truck, this is the last year. This is a 2007 Ram 3500. It was a switchover year where some of the 2007s came with the new 6.7 liter, which had a lot of problems because it was a whole new design. This is the last year, the last generation of the 5.9, and they were totally dialed in and bulletproof. So there's no DEF, there's no emissions on it, and these motors are basically tractor motors. They're industrial motors. They'll run forever as long as you don't beat on them and you change the oil. Just change the oil. It's basically all you gotta do is change the oil and fuel filters and keep the thing clean. Underneath the hood looks great. The inside the cab is like a brand new truck. There's no rips or perforations anywhere in the upholstery. The original carpeting's super clean. This was a special order truck from the factory with the 6-speed, with the mega cab, in the black onyx metallic paint job, with the chrome package. It has the limo tinted windows from the factory. It has a lot of options from the factory, including the spray and bed liner. This truck, the front windows have been tinted on it. As you can see, it's got a window tint on the top of the visor, which is real nice down in Alabama where you get a lot of sun. So it was also special ordered with the moonroof. You very rarely see them with the moonroof. That works perfectly. The sunroof. It also has the power sliding rear window. The interior is loaded. It's got a tilt wheel, power windows, power door locks, power mirrors. It has the fog lights built into the bumper on the front. The dash is loaded with tax, speedo. It's got all the whole gauge pack in there. Everything works beautifully. Every light, every switch, every button inside the cab works perfectly. Has the 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, and 4-wheel drive low switch right here on the dash, so you don't have to get out or pull any levers or anything. It's automatic. The stereo, it came from look at the view from here, beautiful. So it came from the factory with the upgraded stereo package, but the guy who had it wanted to have a backup camera, so he put this Pioneer head unit in here, which has Bluetooth, and it also has a camera in it, so you can see what's going on out back when you're hooking up your trailer. And there's when you're hooking up to your gooseneck. Inside the bed, as you can see, it's got an optional toolbox. It's got the bed liner. It's got a Truxedo tonneau cover. And inside of the bed is nicer than on my 2016. There's no dents, there's no damage. That's an upgraded from the factory gooseneck hitch, and it also has air ride suspension on the rear. So just an absolutely beautiful piece. Has the built-in mirror right here, and built-in mirror for your lady too. So a big glove box here and a big glove box in the center. And one of the super nice things I like about this truck, this is a 6-passenger truck. So if you got some kids you want to ride in the front seat, or your wife wants to sit in the middle for a little, road trip fun, it's tons of room. The mega cab is huge in the back. That folds down. I wrote in the spec sheet on the eBay ad. This is being sold on eBay. If you see this video and you want to know if it's for sale, go right below there. There'll be a link to the auction in the KaplanCycles.com website. There'll be a link to the eBay. All the vents are nice, and the dash isn't cracked. It also has a gauge pack which gives you your RPM, your exhaust temperature gauge, your fuel levels, the battery voltage, your boost. It's got the tuner in it. It's from anarchydiesel.com. It's got the tuner, comes with it, and has the cold air intake, and it's got a full exhaust system. no cats, and it sounds freaking badass. So oil's just been changed. I bought it to A&B Auto. I said, Amy, anything this truck needs, do it. And she went over the whole truck. She some of what she did was in the notes. She changed the oil, worked on the emergency brakes. I think she redid the front brakes, and changed the oil. And the oil filter has just been done. Let me turn the heat on a little bit more in here. So it's ready to go. If you have any questions about it, give us a call. It's one kick-ass truck. All the lights work in the back here. You've got reading lights and courtesy lights, and it also has a WeatherTech floor mats on the front and the back, which keeps the floor real nice. And again, look at this interior. It's like a brand new truck. There's no stains, no rips, no tears. The top here is mint. Let's take a walk around the outside real quick. It's getting a little dark out right now, so I'm going to have Kyle and Kenny take it out in the sunlight tomorrow so you get a better view. But starting with the front of the truck, when you see this thing from across the road, it's just a menacing look. This is a brand new chrome front bumper. It's got the new Cummins license plate on here. That's the original visor. The original grille. It's got a brand new chrome shield. It also has brand new headlights. The headlights get a little bit yellowed after a few years, so I put a brand new set of headlights on there. All the body is absolutely perfect on the truck. There's not a single ding on this side of the truck anywhere. I'll go over each side of the truck. There's no dings in the hood. The glass is perfect. The windshield wipers are perfect. The mirrors are perfect, and the paint is beautiful. It shines like glass. These logos are usually all worn out and everything. Not these. They look brand new. And check this out. Look at the running boards. Lighted, fold-down running boards. These are by Amp Research. Super nice. Again, no dings anywhere. It's Mega Cab logo. Now, the other thing I wanted to say, when I looked at the new 2022s, when you look at the front of this truck compared to a 2022, I think the new ones kind of look like a whale shark. They got this big giant mouth on them. They look kind of stupid in my opinion. I don't like it, and I don't like the new fenders on the new dualies either. I prefer the old style dually fenders on this one right here. So, looking at the rims, if you zoom in closely, you'll see these are new takeoffs off a Laramie Longhorn, I think it was a 2020 Laramie Longhorn, and it's got these super beefy tires on it. The Cooper Discoverer radials. They're a 255 80R17 mud and snow. You can't beat these Coopers. Super knobby tires. The thing will go anywhere. The original fenders in mint shape. The original lights are in mint shape. The original tail lights. The tailgate. You can see the bumper is brand new on the truck. Class 3 hitch, and it has also has a camera in the license plate also. Hey, we forgot to put the dealer plate on there. Hope we don't get pulled over. So check this out. Backup camera in the license plate. You can see these are brand new lights also. The back of the tailgate, its original tailgate is mint. If you look inside the bed, like I said, this is nicer than my 2016 Ford. It has the full bed liner, and it has the bed mat also, so there's no dents or damage inside here. It's really nice, and it has a Tuxedo bed liner that folds down over, and this is a fold-out toolbox. Check this out. This folds out, and you can put your tools in here. You can use it as a cup holder. Folds all the way out like that, so kind of a cool setup. There's tons of storage in there. You put jumper cables or tow straps or whatever you want on there. The bed is mint on this truck. No rust anywhere on this bed. No rust on the bottom, no rust on the top. Freaking perfect. This is the stainless steel exhaust tip. Exhaust note kind of speaks for itself. Going down this side of the truck, there's not a single ding anywhere on the side of this truck. It's absolutely been babied its whole life and protected. And every time I park out in the middle of way out in the parking lot so no one hits it. So just a beautiful truck. Laramie Longhorn rims. These are stainless steel factory hubcaps. Bilstein shocks, air ride suspension in the rear. It's got a 2-inch leveling kit on the front that raises the front end up a little bit, gives it a little bit more aggressive look, and it's got the airbags in the rear, which raise it about 2 inches. So, oh, hey, you got to check out the motor. Of course, that's where the magic's happening, right? Check this out. The motor, 24 valve turbo diesel. Last year, the 5.9, fresh oil in it. It's got 2 brand new batteries. It's got new battery cables. It's got the AFE cold air intake. just perfect. Runs like brand new. It has a new, I got a receipt for about I think it was $4,000 for a new air conditioner condenser and air conditioner, I forget exactly what else it was, but they replaced some parts in the air conditioner and they did the oil pan gasket on it. It was $4,000 for that one invoice. So like I said, anything the truck's needed, it's gotten. And it looks like a brand new truck. It rides like a brand new truck. It's a truck. It's a big diesel truck, and it's badass. It's big and it's black, hence the name Big Black. Come around the backside right here. You can see the rear window, the sliding rear window is tinted. It's got the new 5.9 liter Cummins diesel logo on there. Just beautiful. So I have a 2016 F350 and I have a 2020 F450, and I have a Duramax 2500 that we're putting up for sale right now, and then I have this. So I have the all of them. This is my most fun truck to drive. I love driving the Standard. There's something about the Standard, you feel really connected to it. Driving the Standard is really a much more visceral experience. You feel more connected to the vehicle. You know, the slush box is usually in the wrong gear, going up hills, towing, or going down. You can really work the motor. And I want to show you something about this truck. I'm going to get down to the flats right here. It kind of blew my mind. I talked to a couple of big rig truck drivers, and they're like, you know, you don't want to rev this thing up. You just use the torque. And so I tried this, and I want to show you here. You can actually let the clutch out in first gear on the flat, and it'll just take off without any fuel at all. And you can shift to second, you can shift to third, and at idle it'll go all the way up to fourth gear, no problem. Watch this. This is at 800 RPM. Let the clutch out, first gear, second gear. It'll just idle along. It'll pull third gear like nothing. Fourth gear. It's awesome. So you don't have to rev these up, but when you do, it makes some beautiful sounds for sure. So if you're wondering why I'm selling it, I just got my Class A CDL. I went to New England Tractor Trailer Training School, and this truck kind of helped me prepare for the school, driving the Standard. I think I've been driving the Standard since I was a kid, but it's you kind of get sloppy driving the automatic. So in any event, I went to Nets and just got my CDL Class A, and I just put a $20,000 deposit on a Kenworth T800 with a 53-foot trailer. So we're gonna we need to come up with a 6 figures pretty quick. So I'm putting this up for sale, and I'm putting my my Duramax for sale, and I might sell my F350. So right now we use the diesel dualies to haul a 20-foot and a 34-foot trailer. This one I just got this one this year, so we only used it 1 or 2 times for its intended purpose. It's kind of been sitting in the Harley room indoors. My 2016 is a daily driver. My 2016 has more miles than this. My 2016 F350 has 156,000 miles on it, and it doesn't look as nice as this. This thing is just, it's been kind of like a showpiece. Well, for me, and certainly the guy that I bought it from, he had another brand new truck, and this thing was just sitting in his garage. The only reason he sold it is he needed the money because he had bought a new one, and that's kind of where I'm at. So he had put a heavy-duty clutch in the truck in addition to the other items that are on the list. The throw-out bearing's a little bit noisy when the clutch is in, so I talked to Amy about that, and she said, well, you might want to address that sometime soon, or you could run it, but it's not good for the clutch. So at some point, the only thing I know of that it may need would be that throw-out bearing on the clutch. Guys, I'm gonna take it up on the highway. I don't even know why I use low gear. You don't even need low gear. You start in second, but we're in third already. coming up this on-ramp right here, this is the first time ever, listen to this thing sing. This is the first time ever on the highway that I ever spun the wheels on a truck. This thing in fifth gear, getting on the highway at 50 miles an hour, if the road's wet and you get on it, it'll spin the rear wheels. I couldn't believe it. It's got a ridiculous amount of torque. I haven't put it on a dyno, but it's definitely much stronger than stock with the tune it's got on it, and the exhaust and the cold air intake and the high performance clutch. So, I mean, it'll cruise all day long. We got 19 miles to the gallon on the way back from Alabama. That's another thing. The fuel mileage on this truck is going to be better than it would on a new truck. Guys, as far as curb appeal goes, you're not going to find a nicer looking body style Dodge or dually out there. This thing looks badass. The color's right, the wheels and tires are right, little 2-inch lift so it doesn't look too radical. It still can be used for work. As far as practicality goes, if you buy that new truck for 100 grand out the door, and then you pay by the time you pay your financing and your property taxes, I added it up this morning. I sat there with the calculator. Your property taxes here in Connecticut are going to be about $2,500 a year, and then you've got insurance, which is, depending on your driver's records, around $2,000 a year for 5 years. You add that onto the cost of the truck. I came up with in the financing cost, it was $140,000 to buy a brand new 2022. After 5 years, you're gonna have dropped $140,000 in the truck. That's without any. Sit down if you don't believe me. Grab a calculator on a $92,000 truck plus sales tax, and then of course you're gonna want to, put an exhaust and do a few things to it, lift, tires, whatever it is. You can easily drop 10 grand in accessories, and then the property taxes and insurance over 5 years on a new truck. You have to insure it for full replacement value. You can't just buy liability insurance like you can on an older truck. You have to, the bank, if you have a loan, won't let you. So you got to buy the top of the line insurance covering everything, and then of course your property taxes, $140,000. And what's that truck going to be worth in 5 years? That $100,000 truck in 5 years, it's probably going to be worth 60 grand. So in 5 years of ownership on a brand new truck, you're going to write off $80,000 in ownership costs, and that doesn't even include regular maintenance in tires or anything like that. So roughly double what I'm asking for this truck is what you would lose in write-offs on a new truck. Double. And this truck in 5 years, rust-free, 5.9 Cummins. If you take care of it, this truck is going up in value. It's been completely depreciated. It's gone as low as it's going to go. It's been going back up for a few years now. And new trucks aren't getting any less expensive. Inflation is driving the cost of everything through the roof for materials and everything else. So I can only imagine what these are going to cost 5-10 years from now for a new one, and what a used one like this is going to go for. Junior, do you want to add anything about the truck? I know you've been looking at comparable, or looking at trying to get a dually. You talked about maybe buying this yourself. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, you see rusted second gens starting at $10,000. The classifieds right now are just absolutely ridiculous. Anything decent that's priced reasonably, and by reasonably I mean close to book, and book is even high. These trucks are selling almost instantaneously. You're seeing guys buy new trucks and then bring them back for service to the dealer 2 years later, and the dealers are offering them more than what they paid for them, right? So
yeah, brand, it's ridiculous.
Using the old consumer price index, inflation in 2021 is going to be over 15%, and we're seeing that in asset prices and big time in the truck and car market.